Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope this video finds you all well. Today's video, we are going to be budgeting for June, which for us is a magic month. Let's go ahead and get started. If you're new here, hi there, my name is JoJo. On this channel, I share with you our family's journey to paying off debt, investing, and saving. As I mentioned, today we are going to be budgeting out our June paychecks. We are going to get a total of 6 paychecks for the month of June. My husband and I are both paid on the same week and every other week. So typically we receive between the two of us 4 paychecks a month, but since this is a magic month, we are going to be getting 6 paychecks. I am very excited to get started with this. This is kind of the first way that I've budgeted out my paychecks. I transitioned to the EveryDollar app. I used to do paycheck by paycheck budgeting, and I used to not have my paychecks cover a consistent amount of bills. It was just whenever the paychecks were deposited, they'd cover the bills for the 2-week billing cycle. But that was not really working out well for us when I re-examined it, and now what we're doing is, regardless of when the paychecks and the bills fall, they're always going to cover the exact same bills month to month. So that means we are going to be getting our usual 4 paychecks, but those other extra 2 paychecks, they're not going to have to cover any bills except for daycare, just with how our daycare payments fall. That's a lot of talking. Let's just go ahead and see how the numbers all crunch out. We're going to start planning for June. All right, we're going to first start at the top here with income. You'll see it's saying we have a negative from when I closed out May, but if you want to see how I close out my May budget, I don't really use all of the numbers that the EveryDollar app gives me at the end of the month, but we are not over budget. We still had a little extra money to throw towards debt as our cash flow, but that was May. We're moving on to a new month. There have been a lot of changes. So normally what I budget for our W-2 income is $8,440. For one of our paychecks, I underestimated at $2,850 per paycheck, and the other one is underestimated at $1,370. When you times both of those by 2 and add them together, that comes to $8,440. But other exciting news, you guys, one of the paychecks got a raise. And so I need to bump up how much I underestimated at. So I'm going to pull in my calculator here, and we are going to crunch some numbers together today, friends. So let's see. I had said that the paycheck that got the raise is the one that I normally underestimate at $2,850. I'm going to bump it up by $100 again to underestimate it. So that'll be $2,950. And that is, since we're getting 3 paychecks, going to be times 3. Let me just write this down. That is $8,850. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love these magic months. They are magical. And then the other one, we did have some new deductions. We started contributing to an HSA out of this paycheck. It instead of being, it's normally over the $1,370, it's usually about $20 over that. But again, I really like to underestimate our paychecks because I like to be pleasantly surprised. So I'm going to decrease this one to $1,350 instead of $1,370. And it's again going to be times by 3. So that is $4,050. We're going to add the $8,850. Holy smokes. Okay, so we are going to be working with $12,900. That is exciting. We're not expecting anything extra, but we do want to leave the door open to the universe for that. Our rollover that is coming in from from those May paychecks to help cover a consistent amount of bills, again, as I said at the beginning, that ended up being $369.96. And that has already come out. So I'm going to go ahead and take care, since we've already closed out May's paycheck, I'm going to go ahead and take care of that transfer. Again, that is $369.96. That is happening today. Okay. All right, great. Okay, so that gives us a planned $13,269.96 for June. Next, we'll move down to our fixed expenses, our mortgage, internet. Everything is staying the same. I do need to change this electricity and gas because now we are fully on solar panels. So this is just going to be called natural gas. And I used to budget between our electricity and gas $200 a month. Our solar panels are $127. So to keep that solid $200, I'm going to make natural gas be budgeted at $70. Our water bill, I kind of already got a sneak peek of that bill, but we did also roll over some money from May to cover June's water bill. There was kind of a snafu with paying the water bill. So that money's already been accounted for to cover for this month, but I'm going to put it at $60. So we're doubling it up this month. My husband had said he'd canceled this PlayStation subscription, but I'm going to leave it on here just to be able to track that truly has been canceled. And here are the solar panels. They're close to that $130. So between the $130 for their solar panels and the $70 for gas, that's that $200 I used to budget for gas and electricity. Daycare, this needs to be bumped up because we do pay daycare every other week. And since we're getting 3 paychecks, each paycheck has to cover the 2 weeks of variable expenses and 1 week of daycare. So we normally pay $368 for daycare every other week. And since we're going to be paying for 6 weeks, times that by 3, and that is $1104. Since there is a total of 3 paychecks, by the time I close out June, we are going to be halfway into July. And that means we don't end up having to roll over any money from the June paychecks. All right, that is the adjustments to bills taken care of. Giving is going to remain the same. Savings is going to remain the same. Our investing is also going to remain the same. Next is our variable expenses. So for groceries, we will budget $350 every 2 weeks. Since that is going to be for 6 total weeks, we'll times that by 3. This is going to be $10.50 now. Household and pets, we budget $175 every 2 weeks. We're going to times that by 3. That is going to be $5.25. Gas, I am going up on gas. We normally budget $150 every 2 weeks or $300 for a 4-week month. But summer is here and gas prices are insane, just absolutely astronomical. So I'm trying to decide how much I want to increase this. I'm thinking I'm going to go up by $50, you guys. So instead of $150 every 2 weeks, I'm going to do $200, which it makes me sick, honestly, to just even say that. So we're going to times that by 3. That is doubling our gas. Oh man, that hurts. Next, for fun money, again, the kids are on break. I want to be realistic. We're going to be running around and doing a lot of stuff. We're not planning any big family vacations. We might go camping once this year, but otherwise we drive out to the lake and to the water park and stuff, but it is a lot of driving. And money, you have to spend money for those things. So let's see, we normally budget $100 for family fun. I'm going to do $150 for every 2 weeks, times that by 3. That'll be $450. We'll see if that's going to be enough. I hope so. My husband and I get $80 every 2 weeks. We'll times that by 3. That'll be $240 for each of us. And miscellaneous is normally $75 every 2 weeks. and that has been working well. We'll leave that, but we have to times it for 6 total weeks, so that'll be 225. Oh man, I feel like I just spent a lot of money. Okay, so that is our variable expenses. Next is our debt. We'll revisit this, but my student loans, I pay a solid $500 every month. That is just my designated minimum monthly payment. So we'll leave that the same, but this extra debt payment is what we will figure out after we know what we have left to budget, after we've budgeted for everything, and that's our cash flow. And that's exciting because, again, this is a magic month, so we will have way more than what we're used to. Sinking funds, I have a lot of sinking funds. I've kind of done some shuffling just as our life has changed around a bit. We had a lot of birthday parties, gift spending, inflation. We have Father's Day for June, and aside from any random birthday parties that pop up for my kids' friends, that is all we plan to spend on. So between my husband, my father-in-law, and my stepdad, that is going to be $150. So what I'd ended up doing was stealing $200 from electronics and adding that to the already $200 I normally contributed to gifts and holidays. I'm going to drop this to $200, and I'm going to put electronics back to its $200. And actually, you guys, what I'd been thinking about, because I don't really want to be stealing money from this electronics, because we would like to purchase a new computer. Our cell phones are eventually going to break. As my kids get older, they will need electronic devices and things like that. We live in an electronic age. So this is a sinking fund that is used randomly, and electronics are expensive. So with knowing kind of the gift giving that we enjoy doing and the party planning that we like to do, the hosting, I'm going to bump this up to $250. So instead, what I used to do was contribute a total of $1,600 to my sinking funds. Now it's going to be $1,650 every month between all of these sinking funds. These Dad Bod and Maface, these are contributed to based on whatever we have left over from our spending money, my husband and I. That gets rolled into here. So this $850 for my husband, that was $8.50 he was under budget for his spending money in the month of May. But we don't know what it is for June yet, so that's going to be zeroed out. And mine was $125.01. I spent a lot of money for my Luke Bryan concert that I'm going to in a few weeks. I still need to pay back some money. This shows us we have $3,280.22 of cash flow left. And this is where that magic in those magic months happens. And all of that is going to be going towards extra debt, or we're hoping by the end of this month we have that in cash flow. But it's good to know that we have that much cushion throughout the month, because you never know what's going to happen. You try to plan and prepare with these blueprints of doing your budget ahead of time. Okay. So that is it. We have our EveryDollar budget. I hope you're enjoying the start of your summer wherever you are. Bye, everybody.